You're listening to Borderless Banter, a weekly podcast by hopefully soon to be two of your favorite people in the world, Jorge and Goody. Enjoy!
All right. Numero cinco. Cinco de Mayo.
I have to put out this disclaimer.
All right, here goes the disclaimer right here.
Oh, man. Because there was a disclaimer on, look, you owned up to it in episode 4, so I'm going to own up to it in
But
episode 5.
hey, hold on. I think it was this guy.
It was Bigfoot's fault this time.
Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot.
It was Dwight's fault last time.
Not good, Dwight.
Bigfoot's this time. Y'all, we got halfway through recording this episode of the podcast.
You guys are so bad in this.
And I happened to look down at our trusty equipment and realized
The red
there was
button was not
no
on.
big red light on for recording.
So
you would have had video.
It was great. Maybe
audio.
one day would show bloopers on it. That'd be nice.
Maybe this was just God's way of protecting us.
It was. We got really intense.
You might wanna
though.
start the
And I want
countdown.
to start the countdown right here. Yeah, that's true though. Maybe God was like, "You guys, are you sure you want to talk
You want to
about
talk
this?"
about that? So welcome to episode 5.
Cinco de Mayo.
Banter.
That's it.
Hey, before we start, I got to shout out.
All right, go
who
for it.
I'm going to go ahead and consider our top listener.
All right.
All right.
Who's this? Is this Dwight?
It is not. It's not Dwight. Dwight is bad. Hilarious character, but bad. No. So this is, well, she's actually graduated this past May.
Way to go.
She's now a former student of mine. But Miss Charlotte Hewitt,
Way to go, Charlotte. Way to go.
after the first episode, messaged me and said, "Holy cow, you guys are hilarious. This is
Awesome.
great." I listened to it while I played Mario Kart, which if you're going to put us up there with Mario Kart,
That's
like,
pretty good.
I mean, that's awesome.
You know, this is. Thank you, but let's talk about this really fast about the Mario. Because
that actually is a perfect.
this is a good gateway. So I just learned. I saw this thing and I was like, I don't know if it's real or not. You guys, if you guys played before,
Oh, yeah.
Mario, you say,
It's a me, a Mario.
and the beautiful thing is that we all say it with that Italian passion.
Or try to be, yeah.
It's me, Mario, right? Kind of deal. But the reality, according to this video, they're saying that he's not saying it's me, Mario. Right? 10, 10, 10.
that's what
Is it like something like
that's what they're saying.
So if you speak Japanese, you need to let us know this. But according to these guys, said that the word "it's me" sounds very, very similar in English. It's me, but the real word says "super." Right? So the word "it's me" when they're saying "it's me," he's saying Super Mario. So he goes, Jorge, for 25, 30 years. I've been saying, "It's me, Mario." And that's it. It's not that. So I can imagine a lot of Japanese people being like, look at those Americans thinking, not just Americans, because I'm from Mexico and I used to say that it's me, Mario, too. It's saying that it's actually Super Mario. Is this true?
So I'm trying to figure out. So superb is Itsu.
Oh, does he get it?
And then
That's interesting, though. Itsu Mario. Now, maybe, right? Super Mario, maybe. I don't know. But that's it. So now here's the deal. So we think we're pretty close to this because the internet says so.
that's what it is.
So, but if that is the case, if you're playing like, you know, this awesome number one listener right here, she can say now it's actually Super Mario. No, it's me, Mario.
Yeah, well, she when we put episode 4 out, she screenshotted. So she has her notifications turned on.
Oh,
so when a new
awesome.
episode comes
That's
out,
great.
she gets a notification, and she was like, "Best notification ever!" So shout out to Charlotte. Hewitt,
where'd he go? Good job.
number 1 Borderless
You know,
Banter
that's
podcast
great.
listener.
I was speaking of that. I was there's a good friend. I'm not gonna mention their name or anything, but texted me very randomly, right? And he was like, "Hey, I love the Borderless Banter. I'm learning a lot in soccer." And I was like, awesome. So you never know who's listening out there.
There you go.
So anyway, thanks for that disclaimer. We're pretty transparent on this.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So anyway, episode 5. We talk a lot about crazy stuff.
Cinco
De Mayo.
I think of Cinco de Mayo, which is not Mexican Independence Day.
When we talk about that, there's a lot of people who say it's just the Happy Independence Day, Jorge.
It's when some general.
No, it's Speedy Gonzalez.
Not Speedy Gonzalez, although good meal.
Good meals.
Won the Battle of Puebla. I do know that.
Speaking of Speedy Gonzalez, I just show who Speedy Gonzalez was to Madison and Kendall.
Like the Looney Tunes?
The old timer. Oh. They're like, oh, that guy's funny, and I said, yeah, he's pretty funny. But I watched Speedy Gonzalez. This is funny. I grew up in Mexico City, and there was a lot of characters on movies or TV shows that were dubbed, right? So they will be like, so this is great. MacGyver, you ever watch MacGyver? Mm-hmm. So MacGyver will be the same voice as the commentator of one of my favorite series called The Wonder Years. So it was the same guy.
That's one of your favorite series?
Yeah. You like it?
The Wonder Years is my top TV show.
No way.
All right, that's got to be our top 5 later.
Let's just, what if we just do it right now?
Okay. Oh my goodness. Top 5 TV shows?
Top 5
Holy
TV shows.
cow.
Okay. This is not playing, guys. This is happening live.
No, because we didn't plan this top 5. It was going to be something else. But I like this. Top 5 TV shows. Oh, man. I know what my number 1 is.
All right.
So top 5. All right, let's go. Top 5. I don't know if I can put them in any particular
That's
order
right.
yet.
Just run. No order. Just go with 5.
Band of Brothers. I consider it a TV show because it was on TV.
Okay.
And I love World War II. Let's see. Top TV, The Office.
Oh,
it has
classic.
to be up there.
Absolutely.
Wonder Years is number 1. What? It's my favorite TV show of all time.
I watched
favorite TV show of all time.
Los Años Maravillosos. That's the Wonder Years. I watched that one with my dad, and it was an awesome time. Because my dad will relate to the music. Right?
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, yeah, I remember that stuff. You know, that's what the Beatles were doing, this stuff. And I was like, okay, that's great, Dad. Let me just keep listening to Kevin. And is he going to kiss? Come on, you should kiss her right now.
Is he going to kiss
Winnie?
Not Winnie.
Yeah, it's Winnie.
I said Wendy. I was thinking
Wendy.
I was thinking Wendy
Office?
Peppercorn from The Sandlot. Anyway.
All right. So you got 3.
So, yeah. Well, you name a couple. I'm trying to think.
I'm going to go with you. Also, Wonder Years.
Okay.
Great one. How about this? Little red light going in and out. The Knight Rider.
That was a little before my time.
Oh, man, I love that. The Knight Rider was great.
Time.
Office, obviously, is a great one. This is crazy because I watch it all the time, and it is great. Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves
it.
It's a good one. And I would say maybe like the last one, and this is very interesting, though, because it depends. I like cartoons.
Okay.
But I like the Transformers in Spanish. The voice of Optimus Prime in Spanish. Optimus Prime. I was like, oh man, that's great. You should. There's this story I was watching one time when the Transformers came back.
Yeah.
I don't know, early 20 years ago. I was watching it with Tiffany, and the voice of Optimus Prime came in, and I was in the couch, and I jumped without thinking, jumped straight to TV like a little kid, crossed my feet, and just went like this. And Tiffany started laughing. She was like, "Well, that's funny." And I was like, "Yeah, that's it." So I think that's about it, though. You know, but like, absolutely, the Wonder Years is there. Big time, though. I love it. Kevin,
I've got my other 2.
All right, go for it.
Don't laugh at me for this one.
No, go for it.
Gilmore Girls.
You know, the Gilmore Girls were good.
For me, it's the writing.
Yeah.
Like the witty, just quick back and forth between Rory and Lorelai is just.
I don't watch the Gilmore Girls. I always said Tiffany she watched the Gilmore Girls, and I was like, I don't know about that, but yeah, I understand the story.
And then the last one would be, and this is from my childhood, and this is what I grew up on. Batman is my favorite superhero.
Oh yeah.
So Batman the animated series, those would be my top 5.
Do you ever watch like the Batman that it was like no super like muscular Adam West Batman?
I mean,
was that way
I've
before your time?
Some of it. Well, yeah, I mean, it was like the 60s.
Oh yeah,
So,
I love that one. That was
watched
I mean,
a
I'm
little
not
bit
the
of it.
60s, but that was pretty good, and I love that one. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I liked it because it had the. Well, actually, it's one of the noises I've used for.
Oh, that's right. That's it. And that was like bam, pum, and all this.
Yeah,
kind of
when
stuff
like
on it. That's
stuff
right.
would pop up when they'd hit them. Boom.
No, that was awesome though. So that's our top 5 sort of like spontaneous right now. So that's pretty good. If you can watch Wonder Years, that is
Such
great
a good
one.
show.
So Spanish shows or there were American shows, but they were dubbed in Spanish. So Madison was like, their voice is different. I was like, yeah, that's what that is. So
yeah.
it's funny. Like I go back, there's some shows that I like to watch in Spanish. I know they're not saying what they're supposed to say, but the comedy is totally different. So Speedy Gonzalez actually makes fun of the cat, right? While in English, the cat makes fun of Speedy Gonzalez. Isn't that funny? Like 2 different worlds. So anyway, so that's it. That's I don't even know why we start talking about dubbing stuff and things like that.
That's
Anyway,
so funny.
that's it. This is great because we totally different from the first video. We talked really fast about soccer, obviously.
The U.S. women lost.
Terrible. We're not going to spend that much time on that one.
They got too cocky.
Yep.
Too complacent.
Yep.
The rest of the world has finally started to catch up in the women's
big
game.
time. We were ahead.
And it really showed.
Yep. And it was sad. We have a lot of stuff.
But man,
it's messed up.
Did you watch any of it? Or like watch a replay of it?
Yeah, I watched the replay because obviously, actually I was awake, but we don't have cable.
So did you watch the PKs?
I know that was their goalie was great, but our goalie was phenomenal too. But there was not much help.
Had it, but missed
much help.
That last penalty kick.
The little.
I mean, like we're talking a millimeter.
Yeah, that's right. It was just there, and it was dramatic.
For all you Americans, a millimeter is part of the metric system.
They're talking Mexican again. This is ridiculous. I want to change the channel.
We use inches around here.
We use imperial system
we're
right
one
here.
of only 3 countries in the world, but we're right.
Actually, I was just talking to somebody today. Like we have to convert square yards into square feet, and then
Oh yeah.
and I was like, I don't know. Just go with it. You know, I like just to draw. That's it.
Oh man.
So that's it. So well yeah. Anyway, so we also talk about like this is a different what if. So we can talk about the what if.
Our what if moment is kind of like that's our main thing we keep every week, right?
That's right. The what if there. So I always think about what if I was in that place. So in 1985, you guys need to look at this stuff because it's hilarious. There's I don't even know. I don't remember where in the city, but the police is looking for the top warrant or the top criminals that they cannot catch, right? And so somebody in a meeting was like, I have an idea. We should bring him. They should come to us. And somebody was like, how are you going to make that happen? And they're like, what if, there goes the what if we make a drawing and say, if your name is Badboy, you won.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do? You want a Super Bowl ticket.
Oh no.
So at that point, I'm thinking like people were like, I don't know, this is dumb. I don't think it's gonna happen though. But it did. So these guys, these criminals come in 1985. There's a video over there. You guys can look it on YouTube. It's pretty funny. They show up, all these criminals. There's people like coming in, like, you know, flashy. They look evil. They look kind of like mafia kind of style. And they go and said, hey, my name is Ricky Martin. And and I think I'm a winner. And
I used to rock some Ricky Martin.
That's right, living la vida loca. So the whole thing was like, they would be like, just checking, right? So you got a valid ID? Yeah, here's my ID, Ricky Martin. And they would be like, these cops, it was all cops dressed up as
like promoters for the teams
promoters and like some cheerleaders here and there.
Goodness.
And then inside a ballroom, that's where all the people were getting ready for the celebration. So it'd be like, Ricky Martin, we got a winner, Ricky Martin. And then everybody was like, yeah. And then like the criminal Ricky Martin would be like, yeah, that's it. And they'll go in.
And then they arrest him?
And at one point when everybody was in, when they got the amount of criminals that they want to arrest, they close all the doors, right? And then the chief of police comes out. And he's like, all of you are under arrest now.
Do you not have to? Okay, because all right, I'm gonna assume. I mean, I'm not a criminal, so maybe I just can't relate to this. But I would think in the criminal underworld, like people have to know each other, right?
Yeah.
So like if you show up to something and you're like, oh, there's Jason Badboy over there who
That's right.
also runs this criminal ring, and what's the Italian mob doing here? Like, would you not think?
Well, you may think, but you may also be like, oh, I know they're paying off, and I really want.
Oh, that's okay.
Right, because you know that Jason Badboy is famous for like paying off.
Being a bad
prices,
boy,
and
right.
he won. You know, but again, if we go back to the Criminal Minds.
What?
It's one of my best shows. It's not top 5, but because I'm really embarrassed about this stuff. But it's one of those top 5 shows that I wanna. When my IQ wants to drop, I like to watch Cops.
Oh gosh.
So when you start thinking about like how stupid these
People are dumb.
things are.
People are dumb.
I was just watching this. I'm sorry, I'm just going through it. Like they're just trying to catch this criminal. This is not Cops. This is like someone on YouTube about like they are interrogating cameras and stuff like that. And there's this criminal. They go in because they're a suspect or doing something.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, yeah, you shot somebody. And then she's like, no, I didn't shoot anybody. If I want to shoot somebody, I would have just stick my arm over the roof of my car and shoot. And obviously, you identified that I'd have a tattoo. And
Yeah.
then the police was like, hold on. First of all, how do you know that that's the way that the shot was made? Number 2, that tattoo that you got looks pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it done 2 days ago. And he's like, so then you're telling me right now that by you just telling me all these stuff, you just incriminating yourself on this. And she goes, yeah, that's it. That's it. Anyway, so that's why they don't know. That's why Rick and Martin knows that he won. You know? So anyway, so I have that one.
There's a whole Wikipedia page on this thing.
Really? Where was
right,
it?
so
Where was this? Tell me
This
more.
was apparently this was called Operation Flagship. Organized by the United States Marshals Service and the Metro Police Department in Washington, D.C.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So resulted in the arrest of 101 wanted fugitives. So apparently it was Jorge's not dying, I
Sorry,
promise.
so I'm good. 101 though.
It was Super Bowl 20. That's XX. Yeah.
XX.
Yeah,
they're
that's 20.
teaching me ramen stuff. These
The-
guys are getting ridiculous.
The Washington Redskins versus the Cincinnati Bengals. It's probably the last time the Redskins have been to a
That's
Super
right.
Bowl.
But they're not Redskins anymore.
That's right. Sorry. The Commanders. Heaven forbid we offend people that aren't offended.
I'm cancel right now. I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to report you around to the YouTube police. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. So they responded to an invite sent by law enforcement
I'm telling you, this is awesome.
posing as a fictitious television company to claim 2 free tickets to watch the Redskins and the Bengals in Super Bowl 20. It says 166 police officers were involved.
This is awesome, though.
I love this. Several of whom were disguised as tuxedo-wearing ushers, cheerleaders,
I'm telling you.
MCs, caterers, mascots,
The whole thing
and
is
maintenance.
great. You guys need to watch that video. That video is just hilarious.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I watched that video and I was like, I have to talk about this because this is pretty funny. And that's just in a meeting. You know, that has to come up with somebody. Somebody have to come up with this Operation Flagship, right? And they were like, all right, guys, what if? So that's how what if starts somehow, right? I mean, there can be all kinds of stuff though. So yeah, that's it. That's my what if.
That's so funny. And do you know why they picked? So this is interesting. The reason they picked Washington, D.C. was because of, so for whatever reason that year, the Redskins were having a good season. Games were constantly sold out. And apparently, now granted, they ended up playing in the Super Bowl like the next year.
Yeah. XX1?
So this was in 1984 when they were planning all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
A game between the Redskins and the Bengals actually determined who went to the playoffs the year before or something. And they saw that so many people tried to go to that game that when the next year rolled around and the Super Bowl was this, they were like, that's it.
Bingo.
That's the one we're going
ding,
for.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I love that one.
3,000 people were sent invitations.
3,000 though. That is
167 replied positively to the invitation.
That's crazy though. I'm telling you, this is pretty funny though.
Oh man.
I have to ask this question. Just give me 1 second.
So some people are gonna be like, "Why did lights all of a sudden appear
the
on?"
lights. What is going on? Do I just turn them on right there?
167 replied positively. So here's what, and I never have understood this, but it said that the invitation letters that were sent by the people were signed J. Michael Detnaw, which is wanted spelled backwards. Oh. So like they weren't even trying. Like they weren't even trying to. And then it says, when the fugitives called the specified telephone number to confirm their attendance, an operator would redirect them to the flagship's business manager, Marcus Cran, which is narc spelled backwards. While the song, oh my goodness, it gets better. While the song I Fought the Law played in the background. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's crazy though.
What in the world?
It's crazy. You guys need to watch that because I'm telling you, it is so funny. Just the way to see them interact with the criminals is great.
It gets better.
Oh my gosh, this is more stuff. Come on.
The ruse was so convincing that on December 15th, a lawyer that represented the actual local broadcaster for the Redskins went to the police command post to issue a cease and desist order, complaining that the Flagship International did not have the appropriate license to operate in the district.
Oh my goodness gracious alive! This is
They even
just
had dress
funny,
rehearsals for this thing.
That I know it is. You have to watch it. It's a great one.
Oh my goodness.
I highly recommend it. There's a lot of things you learn on the internet.
So go look it up. Operation Flagship.
So if you know this, you come and learn right here. So you learn that it's me Mario. It's no longer it's me Mario. It's Super Mario.
It's me.
And you know that Operation Flagship, it actually happened and it captured 101 in Ricky Martin in there in that part. So that's crazy though. You know. And
you know our top five favorite TV shows now.
If you don't know, if you never watched The Wonder Years, you have to watch it because this is a great one, and it is great. Hey, here's another one. This is another stuff I was thinking about this. I'm not sure if it's this. What if? What else we have? What's the other one that we have? What if?
Sometimes we throw out some useless facts.
Some useless facts, or maybe a little useless fact on this. But this is so true though, and it goes to this invitation of the Flagship. You know what's funny? And I was watching this, and I talked to Tiffany about this because it's so true. When someone asks you, "Hey, Matthew, would you like to go with me and watch Atlanta United versus such and such? Do you want to come? We have some tickets."
Yeah.
What's the number one answer? One question you ask to that?
Well, I guess first I would say, when is it?
When is it? That's a valid one, right? Have you ever said like, where are the seats located?
Oh, absolutely.
That's crazy, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Like,
which is funny. Someone is literally offering me
free stuff.
Maybe what I think is a free trip to a game.
Yeah. And you say like,
but I'm cocky enough to be like, hey, I know you're offering it to me for free.
Where's the location?
But where are they at?
and then this one is like when someone is like, hey, you want to come to a party? What's the first thing you said?
Who else is going to be there?
Isn't that crazy though?
It's like my students.
It's like,
hey, you should come. Let me tell you, man, in student ministry, look, any of my students that watch this, past, present, future, whatever, I love you to death. But every time,
I love it though.
We'll be like, hey, we're doing this in a couple of weeks. You should come. Oh, okay. Well, do you know who else is coming?
Who else is coming?
I'm like, bro, Jesus could stand right in front of you and be like, hey, come with me right now. Here's a free trip to heaven.
Where are their seats?
And you look at Jesus and be like, well, I'm like, who else is coming?
Can I just see who else is going to be there?
What?
That's funny though. So I would just, isn't that funny? Like when we ask those two questions, does just show how ungrateful we are.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, it's universal though.
Oh, it is. Oh yeah, I would imagine so.
You know, it's like everybody says that. Like,
to be fair,
okay,
for me, look, I'm a big dude, and so if you invite me to like an Atlanta United game and we're going up to like the upper deck.
Oh, okay.
And we're like in the middle of the row.
Yeah.
Homie, don't play that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I really thought you were going to say, like, I get multiple invitations. So I have to
weigh
decide,
my options.
Right now, I'm looking at a suite.
Hey, no. Hey,
Can you
let
do
me tell
something
you.
better than a suite?
Let me tell you. For when I figured out that Newcastle was going to be playing in Atlanta, to be fair, that's like my Christmas gift, my next birthday gift, my next Christmas gift.
Right.
All because anyway, we sat probably about like the equivalent of like the 45-yard line.
I saw the photos of it.
Like,
you guys can't. That was a fantastic
28
view.
rows up, and we were in like the club section.
Yeah.
So all the seats were like bigger. They were padded.
Cushy.
Oh,
Cushy in there.
the armrest went up, so you could like.
Oh wow! Spread
And
out
the people who
enjoy
were
that.
supposed to sit next to us didn't show up.
Oh,
So
hello?
Jillian and I had
Hello?
like 4 seats.
That is awesome.
And we just
Now, are those seats? I haven't seen those in live. Maybe if you guys want to show something to these pair of good guys on it, we'd like to test it out. But they're sitting in the new Brave Stadium. They have those big seats. They're like fantastic, and you get just a button they can just press, and somebody comes
And
to
somebody
you.
comes to-
It's like, yes, sir. What can I do for
Holy
you? It's like,
moly.
I was thinking about like some chips and
That's what I
some
need.
drinks, and you're like, okay, sir, don't worry about it. And you're just watching the whole game. They just bring it out, and then they just charge you in your car. No
because
problem.
that's one of the worst parts about games is like you go to get something to drink or something to eat.
Yeah.
You spend like 20 minutes going to do it.
That's right. This is a true story. Or Kendall and Madison both, I think, really don't like this going to events with me because I hate crowds. So I before a soccer game, and it has happened not once, not twice, but several times, when we go to a soccer game or to a big event, sports event, I'm thinking like, hey, let's go between the 10 and minute 80.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's just go and start walking in.
Like
It's
to leave?
0-0, and we start walking out.
Oh.
And so we start walking out, and not again. This is Kendall's, but she was like, "But Dad, what if they score?" I'm like, "Honey, it's been 80 minutes. They're not
not
scoring.
gonna
We stink, And as soon as we get down,
You hear this like massive cheering.
and Kendall gets like, "What happened?" I'm thinking like, "Oh, please." And yeah, Atlanta United scored 1 goal, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this is crazy." And then we make it to, because she wanted to go to the Atlanta United store,
Right.
So we went to the store, and as soon as we got into the store, they score again.
Oh my goodness.
So
And that is the cruelty of soccer. In a 90-minute game, you go 80 minutes, and you're like, this is the most boring thing I've ever watched. No one's going to score.
Yeah.
You get up to go,
and that's it.
and then 2 goals are scored.
then it happened to us.
Oh,
Also, the
man.
Braves were playing great. The Braves are losing like 3-1, and we're like, okay, we lost. As we're driving on 285, we start hearing people cheering because that was one of the greatest comebacks of the Braves. We
Isn't that how
won.
it always goes?
And I was like, this is just terrible. So my 2 girls, they really hate going with that to those events.
So, see, you're opposite of me.
Okay.
So, growing up, my dad, and so growing up a Georgia Bulldog fan, my parents had season tickets, so we always went. And if you went to a Georgia game with Mark Goodman, you didn't leave early. You could be winning 70-0.
You stay.
And pouring down rain.
You stay.
You stayed till that last whistle blew. Well, so that's kind of translated to me. So I'm one of those. Some people will try to leave like 10 minutes before the game is. We're going to beat the
That's me.
traffic.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'll stay 15 minutes post game.
Yeah.
And let everyone
And just go.
file
And,
out.
I do that. My good friend Neil, he has season tickets for the Atlanta United, and we stay after because we ride a bike, right? So we stay there.
Okay.
And they have like the free parking for bikes and stuff. So
Oh,
you
that's
just give it to
nice.
them. So he's like, just let him go. It's gonna be better. The crowd is less, and that's what we do. But you stay there for like 15 minutes and 15, 20 minutes, and I'm always debating like, what am I doing here? Because my dad was the opposite.
He would leave
My
early
dad
to
was
beat the
like,
crowd.
let's go, let's beat the crowd, and let's get it on.
That's fair.
So yeah, anyway, so that's interesting. So stay there. Don't ask who's going. Just go. And if someone asks you for the tickets, just take it. And then you can do a little research and then said,
Free
know what?
stuff is awesome.
Free is awesome, right? So yeah, that's it. So I have that. I'm not sure if it was a useless information. Do you have any useless information for you? I mean, for these guys?
I feel like, I don't know.
We didn't talk about Messi much, but Messi keeps scoring. That's just great.
He does keep scoring.
Guy keeps talking about soccer.
Maybe that can be your useless information.
Yeah, useless information.
Hey, guess what? Messi scored again. What do you know? Congratulations.
That's right. Congratulations. But
This has been a fun episode.
This is fun. This is great. I love this. We are loving everybody. People talking to us. They're like random. They're watching it. It's great. Yeah. Same questions. I have a couple of stories that people have been asking about of us channels, or somebody gives like an example.
I've checked the email. No one said anything.
I know nobody's like, what?
But hey, look, if you like the podcast,
yep,
tell people about it. Spread it around. We want to keep doing this.
Yeah, this is just fun. It's just really fun stuff for us.
So anyway, hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's right.
Your best way to watch it on YouTube. You get to see us.
YouTube
you get to
is
hear
awesome.
us.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody did ask, like, it's no showing in Apple Podcast, and I was like, it is there, but we need to check it out.
I'll have to check on that.
So check anything, but YouTube is the best. Do it. Follow us. It will be fantastic. And I think that's about it. You got anything else?
No, man, we love you guys. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
I know. See you next time. See you guys. Adios.